Hi, I'm Google Home,
And I'm the Google Home Mini.
and this is that friendly geek guy to review us both.
When smart speakers first came out, everyone had the same sort of reaction. Why would you pay $50, $150, or even $400 for a speaker that has an assistant that's already on your phone? And why would you also want a device that always listens to you? That made sales of smart speakers very small early on, but here in 2019, they're in full stride. Part of that is because companies like Amazon, Google, and Apple have properly convinced their customers that the smart speakers are worth it, but also because some people actually bought them and said, "Hey, these are pretty cool." That's where I stand, or at least stood. I was doubtful why anyone would want a Google-enabled speaker at first, but now, I don't know what I'd do without my Google Home and Google Home Mini, and today, I'll be reviewing both. I'm that friendly geek guy, and let's dive in. So, okay, just to clarify, I'll go ahead and clear up any issues people may have with security on these devices. Yes, they are always listening, but not always recording. Google only records when it hears the phrases "Hey Google" or "Okay Google," followed by whatever sentence or command you give it. Anything it does record can be found on your Google account and can be managed or deleted as you'd like, if you're willing to do a little bit of digging to get down to the recording history. I personally have never had any problems with Google doing anything I didn't like with my smart speakers, and they've also been very trustworthy with a lot of my personal information for years, so I have very little issue when it comes to my exchange of privacy with them. Now that we have that settled, let's move on to the speakers themselves. I'll start with the Mini's hardware, and for the price, it's not bad. Google won't specify how many watts the speaker pushes, but rest assured, it's better than you might think. This little hockey puck will get decently loud, though higher volumes do have a trade-off with distortion. Keep the volume reasonable, and the bass is not thumping, but still more than you'd expect. There are two far-field microphones for picking up voices at impressive distances packed in here. The speaker housing sports a micro USB port, although it would have been very kind of Google to use USB-C, but we'll gloss over that. A dedicated switch for muting the microphones at any time, very nice touch. The sides of the speaker have touch-sensitive areas that let you control the volume, and on the bottom, there's a subtle button you can press to reset your Mini. Google has offered a very nice set of features on the Home Mini while also keeping it looking restrained, making it very easy to blend in with almost any home decor. I really love the fabric top here. It's trendy while also giving the speaker just a bit more character. The top also houses the LEDs that fire up when it's awakened, when you change volume, or when you have a reminder or an alarm. The Mini comes in chalk, which is just white, charcoal, which is really just dark gray, and coral, which should be blue, but it's red for some odd reason. The Google Home Mini normally goes for just under $50, but there's constantly sales going on with them, especially on Black Friday, so if you're willing to look, you can probably snag one for about $35. The medium-sized brother here is the Google Home. I think this is the version of the Home lineup that's just right. It's got a reasonable yet present size, just enough styling and flair to make it stand out but not go over the edge, and a bang-on sound experience for its size. Again, no wattage is specified by Google, but this guy makes use of its 360-degree sound spread, and fills a small or medium-sized room with little fuss. This Home is much more bass-focused than the Mini, and it's almost difficult to get any treble out of it. That said, however, when playing in harmony with my Mini, they make a great pair. The Mini handles all the high ends, and the normal Home pounds the bass in most mid-range noises. The Google Home is powered by a proprietary cord that allows the device to sit flush on most level surfaces, and also give it the needed power to drum out the music at higher volumes. Just like the Mini, the two far-field microphones are very good at picking up its catchphrases, even from the other side of the room at normal speaking volume. There's a button on the back that serves as a microphone mute button, and also a reset button if needed. The top is slanted, giving it a design language that separates it from the normal flat cylinder speakers, which I very much like. The top also houses the multicolor LEDs that animate themselves should you give Google a command, and also show a dial of what volume the speaker is at. This area also serves as a touch-sensitive pad, allowing you to change volume by moving your finger in a semicircle and tapping the top to pause or play music, or stop an alarm or timer ringing. The bottom also carries Google's signature fabric design by encompassing the bottom third of the device, allowing sound to pass through while protecting the drivers. The bottom has a rubberized semicircle to keep your home in place wherever you may decide to set it. The regular Google Home is priced under normal circumstances at $130, but again, deals are always rampant on these things, especially Black Friday, or you can find a great pre-owned one like mine for about $60 if you do some research. Moving on to the software, the experience is nearly identical for both. The Assistant is responsive with a good Wi-Fi connection, and thanks to Google's almost infinite knowledge, it can answer just about anything. This is where smart speakers really come to shine. Having instant information coming from a well-made speaker is quite a treat. It also serves some very practical purposes too. I don't know what I'd do without reminders you can set via Google, or it asking me when to set the alarm for tomorrow, because trust me, I'd forget. It's got timers it can set, special things like calling Santa at Christmas, and a plethora of, sadly, cringy jokes. The app for an Android or iOS device is straightforward, but not without fault. It shows all the smart devices connected and available, and gives you easy access to Assistant features and settings for each Google Home device. You can also control almost any lights or plugs with the app, but it's very difficult to group them within the app. What's also a challenge is switching Wi-Fi networks for devices and changing or deleting accounts associated with a device. Thankfully, however, this is a software issue which can easily be fixed with hopefully future updates. So, which one should you buy? The cheaper Mini, with all of Google's awesome features, just without a great sound experience, or the regular Home, which carries a heftier price tag and does need a hardware upgrade in the future, but has a luxurious heft and an even more beefy soundstage? For me, it's not hard to decide. The bigger and better sounding Google Home is a great choice, and I do like it more than the Mini. Having said that, I was perfectly happy with my Mini before I upgraded, and both can play the thunderstorm noises that I fall asleep to at night. So, if you've got more money to throw at a smart speaker and have a picky preference for audio, then hands down the regular Google Home is your go-to. But if you've got a budget, don't care about how good it sounds as long as it plays whatever is popular on Spotify at a loud enough volume, or just want all the software features that Google offers on any of its home lineup, then the Mini is perfect for you. And to be honest, the Mini is really the best deal here. Again, it's not as good as the normal Home in sound quality, but it is still impressive for its size and is more than serviceable for me listening to jazz music while writing the script. To bring this to a close, I'll just say that I'm really happy to see how far smart speakers have come. More and more homes are getting them every day, providing ease of access to information that should always be at our fingertips. I think once you try a smart speaker, especially either of these from Google, you'll be as hooked as I am. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for taking your time to watch this video. I really enjoy having such a great fan base with you guys in it, and again, thank you so much for all of your support, your great comments, your likes, your subscriptions. Thank you guys so much for all of that. That means a lot to me. I do really want to do this as professional work someday, and I'm hoping to use this channel as a stepping stone to hopefully get to that someday. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and as always, don't be afraid to get geeky. I'll see you guys in the next one.